Welcome to the Albus podcast, the working man's DIY brodown. This is episode 2, and today we are going to talk about musicians that have left us that we wish we could bring back today. Eddie, why don't you start us off? Give us 3 guys that have since passed that you wish you could bring back to see what they do from here on out.
Okay, obviously Jeff Hanneman, right, from Slayer.
Oh, Hanneman, what
he
a
wrote,
bad
a
man.
lot of their good shit.
You think Slayer wouldn't have done like their final farewell thing if like you could call him tomorrow and say, "Hey, Hanneman's back.
He's back. We somehow, I don't know, we brought him back."
Do you think they'd be like, Tom Araya would be like, "Time out. I do want to tour again and do a record, or at least do a record."
Yeah, they'd have to get Dave Lombardo back too.
I bet they'd do it. I think they might tone it down because Araya's back is messed up and stuff like that. But I bet you they'd still do your Oz fests and stuff like that. I could see that. Who else you got?
Lane Staley from Alice in Chains. You know, Alice in Chains they got like a couple of, a few really good fucking albums. The newer stuff is pretty cool, but I mean,
it's not the same though.
It's like
he sounds very similar, but it's not the same.
He sounds kind of similar,
but the pathos.
But I miss the harmonies that were like.
The thing I was gonna say is with Lane
and catchiness.
I don't want catchy. I don't want this to sound bad, but with Lane, I believed the struggle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude.
As much as William Duvall sounds a lot like him,
down in a hole.
On fucking drugs,
Jesus
dude.
That's the difference. Is with Willem Duvall, as much as he sounds similar, he does his own thing, but he sounds similar to Lane. I feel like his life is different than Lane's. You know what I mean? And I feel like
totally.
When Lane was putting it out there, it was like, this is somebody that has been through the fucking ringer. Like, I feel this dude's pain.
Yeah.
So I'm that's a great pick.
Along those lines, and I know we're not doing honorable mentions yet because this is going to be one of my honorable mentions, not in my top 3. But like, for example, like the difference between John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Like
Huge.
Paul McCartney, like classically, like like just pitch perfect, whereas like John, like not so much, but you could just the grit, the pain, the soul in the voice, also referred to as pathos.
Yes, we will get to the honorable mentions. Stop jumping out of line.
No, but I mean,
Jesus Christ.
No, but
cut.
I just want to,
make the similarity.
Well, I said pathos, with like Lane Staley. I just want to make sure you guys know what I mean by that. Like,
yeah, absolutely. All right, so numero trois.
Numero tres.
Yes.
Is that trois?
Trois is French, yeah, I think.
For 3?
Yeah.
trois.
Un, deux, trois.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Nick Menza. He played on some really awesome fucking Megadeth albums, and Rust in Peace, the best album ever made.
Rust in Peace, and Mustaine just came out with Gibson.
Yeah. He switched from Dean or something like that.
Yeah, what's weird is he's never played Gibson, so that's the part of me that's like, you've never played a Gibson. So, I mean, obviously they offered you some money and some notoriety. I get it, but. I mean, the guitars look fantastic, and the new Gibson stuff, their QC's better, everything is good. I got nothing bad to say about them. Just stop suing all the fucking boutique people, for the love of God.
Did you read his book?
Dave's?
I think it was The Making of Rust in Peace.
No,
Dave's.
No.
It's pretty good. I got it. It tells you all about them when they made that album, how they recorded it, how they had to they recorded it. The guy that did Guns N' Roses, Mike Clink, I think. They recorded it with him, but under the condition that Axl's gonna call me and I gotta go. So he recorded that album, and the way that they had to edit is with tape. So they had tape all over.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy compared to right now where you can just copy paste all your hits.
We copy paste right now. Oh.
What are you doing over there, Aaron?
I don't know.
Having a
I don't know. But yes, Nick Menza would have been badass.
Awesome.
I actually really miss Marty Friedman playing with Megadeth. I loved Marty Friedman's guitar work.
They had that lineup. They did Rust in Peace, Euthanasia.
Euthanasia was such a good record.
And what was the fucking other one called?
They did
Countdown to Extinction.
Yeah, and they did was Friedman on the one that had the kind of more rock, not metal radio songs?
Cryptic Writings?
Yep, that's what it was called.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think he was on that. That might have been his last record. I had that record too.
Who's on the tune Hangar 18?
It's him. Did he play on the album? Yeah, he did play on the album. Yeah, Marty Friedman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fluent in Japanese, lives in Japan, and like
it tells you all about that shit in that
what's
book.
crazy is like Marty does like TV shows, commercials, everything in Japan. Like he is everywhere. He just had a new signature come out with Jackson. It's kind of interesting. It's like purple cracked mirror.
Yeah.
It's like a Les Paul style with like the pointy Jackson headstock. It's kind of cool. I mean, he's a fantastic
He was
guitar
talking
player.
about like how he had trouble playing and he didn't like want anybody to know because like the way his hand like I don't know, there was something in his hand, he said, and so he wouldn't like practice. He would only like, I don't know, kind of play when they played.
Well, when did Dave?
Otherwise, his
When
hand
did Dave
like
have that?
Oh yeah, and
strength.
then also Dave. You know,
When did Dave
he
have
fucked
that
his hand up.
accident and fuck up his hands? Was that later?
That was after that. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe.
Because
Yeah,
he had to like reteach himself to do
that's
everything.
crazy. Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
all right. Well, those are 3 fantastic picks, Mon Frere. I will go with my 3 now, and we can elaborate on each. Numero uno. No shock here. Mr. Kurt Cobain.
Ooh.
Obviously, I'm a huge Nirvana fan. I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan. I'm a huge 90s alternative and grunge fan. I mean, Q101 raised me. And
dude.
You know, the Melvins, Mudhoney, Dinosaur
The
Jr.
Blaze, 103.5. The Blaze.
That was badass. Mancow was on that originally, like
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen
before
to
he
that
went
shit.
to Q101, and then he was awesome on Q101 too. But Kurt was kind of the guy. I mean, I've said this before. Gavin Rossdale was the reason I started playing guitar because he just looked so cool with the Jazz Master, and he had hair to his chin. It was like permed. He looked different, but he was always going nuts on stage, and all the girls wanted him. So it was like, dude, I want to be this guy. And they were very Nirvana-esque. So like, but Nirvana was the band that like I listened to first. And the thing is I think Kurt was the first one that made me realize it's more about the substance of the song than it is about what you're playing.
Yeah.
You know, like they had some really interesting chord switches. Like he did a lot of like half steps, which we do a lot of half steps. I wonder if that's, you know, psychologically we do it. Like a lot of times you'll go to that. And I'm like, yeah, that's a half step. We do a ton of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at that chorus to Talking to Ghost, bam, damn, bam, like, dan, half step. Like there's half steps everywhere. But Kurt did a ton of that. And I think he was kind of the guy that made me realize, like, just say what you need to say. Like, he was the guy I think that got me into writing down my thoughts. You know, obviously they were terrible at when I was young, but as I've gotten older, that's really become what keeps me going. I mean, you guys know this band and writing songs is
you write really good words.
I mean, I try. I definitely do.
Songs.
I rewrite a shit ton. You know that.
Lyrics.
You write really good word songs.
Thanks. I mean, I rewrite a lot to make sure that what I'm saying is how I want to say it and what I'm trying to say. But I think Kurt was that guy that made me realize, like, the things that you think that maybe you can't say out loud on an everyday occurrence because it would stir up shit or you'd be judged for it. You can say it in a certain fashion in a song and it's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
And that kind of appealed to me. Now my only hesitation with picking Kurt for this was he was incredibly empathetic and like an open wound to the world already.
Yeah.
And I just feel like
That's what made him so beautiful.
Exactly. But I feel like if he popped back up today and looked around, I mean, he might literally be like, no thanks. You know what I mean? Thanks, but no thanks. This is because.
Yeah, he'd be ashamed.
Yeah, I mean, for all the good, there's just as much bad. And the difference and it's always been that way. Let's get something straight. There's always been as much good and bad as there is now. The difference is now you can't hide from it. Social media is everywhere.
Yeah.
There's 9 million apps. You're expected to do this. And if you don't, do those things, he'd have record labels bitching at him. He'd have agents calling him all the time. And I'm sure he'd be like, do I even want to do music? Do I even want any of this public attention? That's the only thing I wonder. What do you think?
I think that if he heard a lot of the stuff that's in the underground, he would be very pleased because, I mean, honestly, like...
Do you think he'd write more underground then?
Well, I mean, here's the thing is that, like, when he was growing up, like, he looked for, I mean, like his influences were, they were
over.
They were fringe. They were different. They weren't popular. It was like punk rock and just
other than like the Beatles and Sabbath, but yeah, a lot of his upbringing.
Like of course, he appreciated the greats. Like I know that about him, but I mean, he was super into like Joy Division and the Pixies. Like I mean,
Flipper.
Yeah, I mean Flipper.
Dinosaur Jr.
Yeah, exactly. So
the Pixies. Oh, I love the Pixies.
But I mean, he's the one that truly brought, grunge to the front. I mean, like
he was
like where you heard it on the radio.
He was the counterculture. You're right.
No, right. I mean, like in that whole counterculture, movement of music, it was on the fucking radio, and you don't hear that anymore. Like it's just what makes my ass shake, and what's
the funny thing is
sexy sound. I mean, like don't get me wrong, like a lot of the they know what they're doing with the beats and
they write everything.
Hooks.
They write everything with the sales in mind.
But it's important to like get weird and get dark and explore like other territories.
Well, and here's the thing:
of the universe. So
I think if you were genuinely and authentically feeling and writing in that way and it got big, God bless you. But that's not how shit goes nowadays. You got 12 people sitting in a room bouncing around the 3 chords that you're going to use. They're going to do some keyboard or piano over it. You're going to have a ridiculously...
Are you talking about like a pop star?
Yeah, like you're going to have a ridiculously cheesy hook that's going to be repeated at the start slow. It's going to be catchier and faster during the chorus. The breakdown's literally going to be the beginning. It's going to go back to the slow chorus repeated with like a piano, and then it's going to do the chorus again. And I think like that is where Kurt would shine today. Is I think he would stick it to the disingenuous.
Yeah.
He would still write his catchy pop stuff, but if you listen to the words and the content and what he's talking about, it wouldn't be your honky tonk badonkadonks and your red flippy solo cups. You know what I mean? Like,
but I mean, like it
wouldn't be.
I mean, like I know,
if
like
it would be that fucked up.
I know a lot of it was like rooted in like simple structure and like poppy,
verse, chorus, verse,
pop kind of, yeah.
I mean, he named a song that.
Yeah, but I mean, well, exactly. But like, but the majority of his songs had bridges,
sounds so good.
And not only that, but like, he would do things with his guitar, like just the dissonance and the chaos, and that's why like anybody.
It's because he was hanging out with Sonic Youth.
I remember,
well, dude, it was punk rock. It was punk rock attitude on pop songs. It's what it was, and it worked.
But like,
it was unheard of.
But something else too, like just because grunge is its own animal.
Oh yeah, it is absolutely,
because it tapped into like psychedelia. It tapped into.
But to go back, I feel like there was a sincerity, like when we were talking about Lane, same time frame, same genre esque. There was just a sincerity in what they were doing. It was their music. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that this big machine pumped out, wrote for you, and you just
it's like, yeah, fuck you.
Up.
These are our songs.
Exactly.
And we're not going to change them for you.
And that's I think, the world needs that. I would love for us to be the one to give it to them. Please like and subscribe. We are Albus. Number 2 on my list, left us far too soon. And he's kind of the antithesis of Kurt because he was technologically brilliant, diverse as they come, but the master of groove metal, Mr. Dimebag Darrell.
Oh, yeah.
And,
oh, yeah.
I mean, the way that he went out was heartbreaking. I can remember.
That's the one way nobody wants to
go. And I can remember
playing a show like having the time of your life
with your brother behind you on the kit. I mean, I can remember when Kurt died, I was at home and watching MTV, and they played. They made the announcement and they played the acoustic unplugged. All apologies, and I had a couple of tears stream down my face. It was sad, but I was too young to really grasp
what had happened.
Yeah, and how significant life is. You one shot at it type deal. Yeah. When Dime went, I was a senior in college, and that fucked me up horribly. I remember my girlfriend at the time, who had never heard of Pantera. She wasn't. And that's the thing.
She wasn't cool.
No, but I've never been like a huge metal guy. Like Pantera was my metal, and then Korn became like
Dude,
my
I
metal.
remember going to
And then
fucking
Slipknot.
Best Buy over here when it was by Cub Foods.
The one that
Or
was
Ultra
over on
Foods,
Larkin.
but it used to be Cub Foods.
On Larkin, yeah.
But there was a Best Buy right there, and I remember I was like in 8th grade, and I went and I bought the cassette tape. They had that big old fucking plastic thing.
I
They
had
to take it out of. So
Oh,
I didn't steal it.
yeah.
I
Oh
had
my
the
God.
Far Beyond Driven T-shirt with the cover with the drill like into the blue head.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
I was skateboarding in 7th grade and I totally fucking ate shit and I had all these holes going up it from where I hit the fucking ground like on my side. I wore that thing with my my flesh showing through it all through 8th grade.
The day you lost your left nipple,
Yes, I am nippleless. But
one nip.
with
just one nip.
Dime just had this
Snip the nip.
again to what you're saying. He had that ferocity like a Kurt, like he attacked that fucking instrument.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy lived
With precision.
Oh, but that's the thing. The guy could drink 16 shots of Jaeger and then
Really black tooth grin or something.
yeah, well that's the
But
they do the shot of Jaeger and Coke, I think. Is that what a black tooth grin is?
A shot of Coke.
Shot of Coke and a cup of Jaeger with a little beer. I don't know, something crazy.
Who knows?
But Dime would
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, yes. Dime would be my second guy. And as time went on, I know Vinny was happy doing Hell Yeah, and that's cool and everything with Chad.
I've never listened to it. Is it any good? Is it not good?
It's kind of like, pardon my language, cock rock lyrics meet like decent music. Like Cud's voice isn't Chad. He used to be Cud in Mudvayne, the lead singer of Mudvayne.
Oh, really?
The lead
Yeah.
singer of Mudvayne was in
Is
that
the
band?
Hell Yeah singer.
Oh.
And
Is Mudvayne still a band?
No.
Oh, okay.
I gotta say though, I always loved Mudvayne.
I really don't know any Mudvayne.
Their first record was really good. After that, they were like
LD50.
here and
I
there.
don't know.
They got here and there after that.
Okay.
But anyways, so like pecking order: Pantera, Podium, Otherworld, Hell Yeah, Among the Mortals, and then Damage Plan was pretty garbage.
Oh yeah, Damage Plan.
Yeah, well that's where he died, was playing the show with Damage Plan.
Yeah.
Damage Plan's music was pretty good,
I
but
forgot the name, but for some reason no.
Well, and now I just remembered the other one that what's his Super Joint Ritual.
yeah, that's Anselmo.
I saw them at.
Yeah.
Down and Super Joint.
It wasn't.
right,
It
Phil.
wasn't the Forge, was it? It was Mojo's.
Used to be Mojo's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's when.
You saw Super Joint there?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Like Phil was fucked up, like visibly, like.
But did he do a good job?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Like it was still pretty cool. Like
Plus,
I mean,
and-
like if you're fucked up and you do a shit job, it's like fuck you.
An
buddy.
added benefit to if Dime could come back now is, and this is again assuming that Vinny was still alive because Vinny passed, last year or 2 years ago. But Phil has finally kind of matured, calmed down. He's off all the drugs, and he's apologized. He had apologized openly to Vinny. He apologized to Dime. Him and Rex are good. We would have. I'm confident we would have seen Pantera reunite, and I think whatever a clean Phil dealing with all the regret and guilt and stuff from his years on the needle, I think that record could have just been unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that's my second dime bag. And then number 3 is a guy that I think could have saved us from 3 incredibly important travesties. Number 1, I think he totally would have boycotted the St. Anger snare drum. I think he would have made sure that we didn't half load and we sure as shit didn't reload. I'm talking about Cliff Burton.
Oh yeah.
If that goddamn bus wouldn't have fallen on Cliff, I doubt. I got nothing against Newstead, but I guarantee you we get bass on Injustice for All because
man.
Cliff Burton's on the fucking instrument. And then
Imagine what that album would sound like if it had bass.
yeah, I mean as cool as true.
I'm pretty sure somebody
redid it. Yeah, somebody redid it and
but like if
brought
Cliff,
it up.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
they didn't do like the
Oh,
Cliff. They just remixed
but
it
that
and
would
brought
be
it up.
a cool thing to do. I think.
But I assume, I mean I like Trujillo, and the last
he's fucking awesome.
yeah, and the last
Infectious
Metallica
Grooves,
record, that
Suicidal
last
Tendencies.
Metallica record, Hardwired, was
that's the house
awesome.
one.
I thought that record was fantastic. Death Magnetic, that was okay, but the last record was really good. Hardwired?
I like those.
Death
last
Magnetic
two.
was okay, but
Yeah.
the last one was excellent.
Yeah, this one was awesome.
Load, Reload, and Saint Anger, right there. But I honestly think if Cliff was still here and in this band, he would have made sure that like they stayed kicking ass the whole time.
That'd be crazy. It'd be a fucking different band.
It would. It totally would have. I think
better for sure, and they wouldn't have sold out like they did.
I can't say that we'd have gotten the Black Album even. I think.
Oh,
which is, I mean, like, you know,
I mean, that's the give and take.
Like,
that's the give and take. But
yeah.
I mean, would we have gotten the Black Album with Cliff? I don't know. I think Injustice might have been.
It would have been more progressive and badass, honestly.
But I'm saying from a record, from a reach, a radio and airplay, your top 40, the people that record reached. Injustice wasn't going to do that. You know what I mean? And I think that Cliff would have kept them along those lines. You know, a Blackened. When I hear Blackened, I think like this is how Cliff would have done Catchy. You know what I mean? A catchy refrain, but like kept it very in your face, very fast.
Yeah.
That's what I could have seen that. But those are my three. So that means we're on to Le Freak, Le Zeke.
Oh, man.
Zeke
Do you even have any bands? Alex?
Zeke the
What
Freak
you got?
Jones.
What you got for me, homie?
All right. Well, I mean, number one.
Give me another Old Style.
If Old Style would like to sponsor us, please get in touch. albusbooking@gmail.com.
I mean, I mean, in determining like, you know, number one of my three, very easy. Definitely Jimi Hendrix, because I know it's cliche.
No, it's a great pick.
I mean, imagine old ass Jimi Hendrix just fucking.
Well, he was
killing
only
it.
27 when he died.
I mean, I'm sorry.
So
like,
I mean,
like,
what would he be?
Like, I love every genre, and I've
57?
I've heard guitarists from every genre. You know, the best of the best. You know, guitarists of
Played
every
that shit upside down
of every genre. But like,
He was unreal.
But I mean, nobody can ever touch the guitar like Jimi Hendrix did. He did things to it that make me want to scream in joy. I know
Some might call it Triple X.
Yeah.
I mean, some of what he did, he lit it on fire. He humped it. I mean, he did everything. He surfed on it.
What?
He did
like,
everything.
are you comparing him to Vin Diesel right now? Triple X?
No, God, no. I'm talking pornographic. He got it on with that instrument.
Oh wait, did you say Vin Diesel?
He said Vin Diesel.
The reason I was like, he was on his,
I was like,
he was on
wait.
his surfboard, set it on fire, because like apparently that was. Oh my God, I can't believe
we need to revisit Triple X.
Fuck you for that. Why would you think of Vin Diesel?
I don't know. I don't know where you're going, dude.
Vin Diesel. You believe this?
Pitch Black. Yeah. Anyways,
but I mean,
yeah, Hendrix would be unreal.
I mean, and he was nowhere close. I mean, 27 years old. I mean, the whole
like fucking Kurt Cobain.
The whole 27 Club. Kurt Cobain,
Amy Winehouse.
I mean, Amy Winehouse. Essentially,
mention.
you know, like
mention.
Keep her on the honorables.
Well, yeah.
When we get there. Now, here's a question for you. Do you think Hendrix pops up today? Okay. Do you think he spends more time as a solo artist, or do you see him collaborating more? Grabbing a Clapton, grabbing a...
I'd like to think that like in older age he would have done like that he would have done something like that, which would be badass. He probably would have.
I mean, how awesome would that be?
He probably would have teamed up with Buddy Guy, who was one of his biggest inspirations.
Another honorable mention.
Imagine Jimi Hendrix and Billy Gibbons.
Buddy Guy did pass, right? Like
he died in the fucking plane crash with Big Bopper and Richie Valens.
No, not Buddy Holly. Buddy Guy.
Oh, you said Buddy Guy. Nah, my bad. I'm picturing Buddy Holly. Yeah,
Buddy. The music died. No, I'm not talking about that.
Buddy Guy is still
and
alive.
Buddy Holly, honorable.
That's why I said honorable mention. Yeah, Buddy Guy, Chicago, still there. So's his Blues Club.
That's what I thought. I was like, Buddy Guy died. News to me. Anyways,
oh, you're right though. He would kick ass with Buddy Guy.
Well, I mean, like that was one of his biggest inspirations, but at the same time, I mean, he was kind of like one of his contemporaries.
You know who I would love to see him play with if he came back right now and did a collaboration? Obviously, there's obvious people.
Billy Gibbons.
But the guy I would love to see him play with is Eric Gales. Another guy plays a left-handed upside down, and I mean, nobody touches Eric Gales now. Nobody.
Forgive my ignorance. I mean, like, who's he with? Or is he like
He's
a solo?
Solo, and
Forgive my ignorance.
Eric Gales has been around for 25 years. I mean, he's one of the.
I'm ignorant. I'm
I'll
ignorant,
show
ladies
you
and
after
gentlemen.
the fact. Like oh my god, oh my god. Gales and Hendrix together would be,
Yeah, but I mean, let's just be real. That
and
dude,
all those
that-
dudes are inspired by Hendrix. To your point about how
I
amazing.
mean, so many people started. I mean, picked up the guitar because of
Hendrix.
I mean, my two main reasons for picking up the guitar were Jimi Hendrix and Kurt Cobain.
Wow, couldn't have been further apart, but great picks.
I know, but I mean, I would argue that the chaos that Kurt conjured on the guitar,
Similar?
unmatched.
Oh, no.
No. Like I'm talking about the chaotic shit. Just
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm saying
he would
what
hit all the
similarity.
weird, fucked up notes that like make no sense, but they come together.
That's what I'm saying. But what similarity would Hendrix and Kurt have had?
Oh, I mean,
Left-handed. There's a similarity.
Yeah, boom, that for sure. Yeah, no, and my brother, who is left-handed but plays it right-handed,
So does Terry.
is the one who got
From
me into
the
guitars. So, I mean, that's
Reaganomics.
Terry's left-handed.
something about
He's
left-handed.
left-handed. He plays right.
Get the F out of Dodge. Really?
Mhm.
Terrence, you sly dog, you. I'd have never known.
Anyways,
He plays drums like this,
He probably plays better left-handed on
no.
guitar than I do righty.
open-handed.
I was just gonna say though, like wrapping up my number one, Jimi Hendrix. It is cliche, to say that he's the greatest of all time, but I truly believe that he's my favorite.
I don't think that's cliche. I think most people would agree. A lot of people would agree with that.
I know, and it's pretty hard to. I mean, like the only person that ever came close, but he was an imitator, kind of sorts, was Robin Trower. But hey, and Robin Trower was awesome, but no Jimi Hendrix. So that's
Who's
my number one.
Number two for you.
Number two, Frank Zappa.
You want to talk about chaos?
That documentary was awesome.
I would have to argue that he is the second greatest guitarist.
That's the most complex shit
He's
ever.
crazy, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean,
chaotic.
Recorded like everything and wrote it and like.
I mean, not just the shit that, not just the shit that he did on guitar, but like what he composed and not even that, like the movies that he made, like he personally edited and like snipped and taped.
He hired that guy that did the claymation.
Baby Snakes. Have you seen Baby Snakes?
You ever watch his son?
No, but like it has to be the same claymation guy.
Yeah, no. They in the documentary they tell you about it. I know.
Okay.
I don't really know like a lot of Frank Zappa, but one of his live albums I really like, and they're just so fucking tight. Like I looked up some of these songs, and I'm like to hear the original version, and then they're playing them live, and it's like first off they're way faster, and they're so complicated, but they're tight as fuck. It's
Zeke,
crazy.
you do know that Dweezil.
He was real.
Oh yeah,
like,
and he would literally be up there like a conductor.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
like
yeah, towards the
Alex,
end.
you know that his son does the whole tour. Zappa
Dweezil,
does
yeah.
Zappa.
No.
Yeah.
Like Zappa does
I
Zappa, and
do.
he does it great with some of Frank's equipment.
I do, and so I've heard. I've also I'm
That
also
one guy from they played at the Donut, didn't he?
Ike Willis,
Ike Willis,
who, I'd like to consider a personal friend of sorts. I mean, even though we rarely see each other,
Yeah.
and maybe like the first time that he came to Joliet, like anyways,
Frank Zappa, number two.
Frank Zappa,
Excellent pick. Especially because he was so progressive and always thinking ahead. I think it'd be really, really interesting with today's technology and everything.
Yeah, dude. Like he was always
no,
up
an
on
innovator,
technology.
Yeah.
an innovator.
And that's
I mean,
what I'm
like,
saying. With today's technology, I think he would flourish.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he literally like came up with a million different things that didn't exist before, and as eccentric and unique and far out as he was, like people are hard pressed to believe that like he never really touched drugs, like pretty much just cigarettes and coffee. Like did he try pot once or whatever? Like yeah, but like no, like you think
I don't think he ever did.
I did see an interview where I think he like admitted like
okay.
like maybe once, but like not my bag, man.
Yeah.
And he was just pretty much straight
So,
edge.
so Frank Zappa.
For somebody that far out, it's crazy. Like
So
Yeah.
Frank Zappa, number two. What's number three for you?
number 3 has to be Terry Kath, the original guitarist from the band Chicago.
Oh wow, would not have seen that coming. Nor
Well-
would I have picked it. I don't know enough about Chicago.
Well,
Chicago.
to go
Chicago.
along with my number 1 pick, Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix saw Terry Kath perform with with Chicago, and he said that's the best guitarist I've ever seen. Jimi Hendrix said that, and I rank him like number one. I mean, like, and if you go back and listen to this solo in 25 or 624, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's
that
like
song.
that's one of the best solos of all time because he goes everywhere. Like, you know, like you hear classical in it, you hear jazz in it, you hear fucking blues, and just you could just do whatever he wanted with the guitar.
Versatility unleashed.
And the way that he died was so stupid.
How did he die? Since I am so ignorant, I have no idea.
The way that he died is like he was having some friends over and like, oh, like check out this gun I got. Oh, it's not loaded. Boom, blew his fucking brains out right in front of his friends and family.
Holy shit!
It's not loaded. Goosh, yeah. So
That's fucked up, dude.
all right, let's move on to the honorable mentions. That's
I'm bummed out now.
not even intentional.
That was
Okay,
a fucking down.
well, I mean, like, it's
Downer.
a true story, and like the true downer is what we were robbed of his. I mean, just creative brilliance. I mean, all the best Chicago records are the ones with Terry Kath on guitar, unparalleled. And
I think that's probably a statement.
just like stupid, just senseless.
But
you
I
know?
think that's a statement that would underlie everything that everyone we're talking about, the music that we were robbed of, the talents that could have kept.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw out a couple of.
Well, I mean, also the way that like if we may briefly, and not delve into too much, but I mean, just consider the fact like how all these artists that we're talking about died. You know, like I mean, some of them
Avoidable, a lot of them avoidable.
Some of them by gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dimebag Darrell. Good lord, I mean,
Jesus.
Kurt.
just terrible. I mean,
Fuck,
just
yeah.
Kurt. You know, I mean, and
Lane was heroin addiction.
Yeah. What was Amy Winehouse? Was she recovering from?
Hers was like addiction
Was it
related.
okay, yeah.
So was-
No, sorry, but
I was gonna say
So,
so just some honorable mentions. We can each toss out a handful or whatever. Mama Cass from the Mamas and the Papas used to wake everybody up by giving them a drop of acid on their tongue. Wake up, wake up.
What?
Yeah. She
was a party animal and very important to the movement back
she
then.
either choked on her own vomit or choked on like a fucking ham sandwich or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, so it goes. I mean,
something to do with choking, which is no good. Again,
Yeah.
avoidable.
Yeah.
I'll throw out Vinnie Paul to go with his brother Dime. I mean, he had a heart attack. One of those things that, happens, but,
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like he was pretty fucking young.
Yeah. How old was he?
Shit. Late 40s, maybe?
Shit.
I mean, he couldn't have been that old.
Yeah.
Some honorable mentions, guys that have left us that just absolutely gutted me. I'm trying to think of ones that I know
Hey,
you're gonna say.
Can we maybe come back to you? Because I
Yeah,
have a million
go
right
ahead.
now. David Bowie, boom. I mean, like, because the last album he put out was incredible. He
Was it Cancer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen, Cancer.
Yeah.
Yes, Eddie Van Halen. You just mentioned Amy Winehouse, and then like shit, like going back,
Was it
John Lennon got shot. Another bullet one.
John Lennon, Jim Morrison.
I was gonna say Johnny Ramone. Didn't he die from cancer? How did Johnny Ramone die?
I'm pretty sure it was cancer. I mean, because he was very frail at the end there.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, Prince? Are you kidding me?
Oh.
He should have been in my
Dude,
top three.
dude,
I can't believe
dude.
I overlooked Prince.
You know who should have been in my top three? Michael Jackson.
I was gonna say Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, even though
got put to sleep essentially for good.
Yeah. Both of them, right? The
Yeah, I
same
think they
fucking
both
thing.
did the same thing.
yep,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Oh man,
Oh wow, I can't believe I overlooked Prince.
can't believe I overlooked.
I
Michael
was
Jackson.
gonna. I went. I didn't.
I love
I wanted
Michael
to, but I don't know. I figured.
There's
somebody
a
else would
lot.
say
There's
it.
a lot out there, man.
No, I mean like okay, wait.
Who
So
else you got?
I also have Shannon Hoon.
Oh,
From
Blind
yeah.
Melon. Now, what was his? Was it OD?
I believe it was heroin. That's how he went
That
out.
reminds me of Brad Powell.
I mean, so
Brad
many of
Powell
those
from Sublime. Remember Clean Forever?
Oh.
Their album comes out.
Brad
fuck.
Noel.
Noel,
Brad
not
Noel.
Powell. Yeah, Noel.
Oh my God.
He goes and
he's
decides
way
to
up there.
celebrate.
I can't
and
believe I forgot about him. I mean, that's
goes to celebrate the fact that
Honorable
their record
mention,
came out.
Jesus.
Does it for the first time in 6 months, a
I
year,
mean, like-
whatever it was. He was clean.
I mean,
ODs.
his voice and his work on guitar were magic.
Dude,
Brad
think
Noel,
about it.
so underrated.
He never got to see Sublime blow up.
That's crazy.
That's sad as shit.
It is.
Who else?
Oh man.
It was cancer. But
It was? Okay.
Johnny Ramone.
More honorable mentions. Boy. Eddie, you want to pick it up for a minute?
Yeah, you've got it. I know
um,
you had written some down.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Dio. I mean, come on.
Randy Rhoads.
Randy Rhoads?
Talk about avoidable.
Fuck.
Gets
Yes.
it. Their bus is parked, and the one dude says, "Hey man, I've got my pilot's license. Let's take this fucking
Fuck, wasn't Dio
plane-
cancer?
Let's take this. Yeah,
Dio
Dio
was cancer. I mean, like, you know,
Jesus.
like
Drugs, cancer,
guns. Those are the three.
guns. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
pretty
man.
much.
Drugs, cancer, guns.
Wow.
You know.
And then there's Cliff.
Yeah, a bus.
Or a plane.
Well, yeah, Randy.
Or a
plane.
helicopter, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh my God! I can't believe we missed Stevie. Yeah, Jesus.
Shit.
Another completely avoidable.
Well, and you mentioned earlier, Buddy Holly,
Another plane crash.
Richie
Valens.
Richie Valens.
Valens.
The Big Bopper.
the day the music died.
Elvis. Wasn't that an OD?
OD'd on peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
No, I
Yeah.
think his was sleeping pills or
Yeah, I mean,
or
he was-
painkillers,
yeah, he
something
was-
like
Was
that.
it?
He
Yeah.
was heavy into that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I thought he was like anti-drug or something.
No, God, no.
No, I don't know what I
God.
heard something. I
I
was
think
like,
he died on the. I think he died on the toilet.
Yeah. That's
He
what I
did.
thought.
He
Yeah.
did. He did indeed.
Elvis OD'd and died on a toilet.
Oh, I thought of another one too. Jane Carpenter from the
from
Carpenters.
the Carpenters. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful voice.
Carpenters.
Oh my God.
Is it Jane Carpenter or is there something else?
I thought it was Jane Carpenter.
No, I think it's Jane.
No, I mean that's her name, but they were the
The
Carpenters.
band was called the Carpenters
because it was with her brother. Is
I
that her
thought- I
first
thought-
name?
No.
Is that her first name? Am I wrong?
Because she played the drums.
Google it.
Yes, she did. She
Yeah.
did play
And
the
it-
drums.
And it don't sound like
Maybe
she
it's
was.
not Jane.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
I thought it was
Jane.
Jane too, though. We both might be wrong here. We
Yeah.
might be eating shit.
Whatever. Mrs. Carpenter,
fat pile of
who died
shit.
because she, I'm pretty sure, had like anorexia
Carpenter.
and
Karen.
Yeah.
idiot.
All right. Cheers to shit
Stupid.
eating. Cheers to eating shit.
Man.
Yep. I suck. I hope
Me
this
too.
isn't
Alex-
air.
Alex-
Wow, that
I
was
fully,
awful.
I fully
Karen
Karen
endorsed it.
Carpenter, Jane Carpenter.
Karen.
I know Karen. I mean, like, but I just
He said Jane is what he's saying.
Oh, I thought he said Sharon for a second. I was
No,
like,
no.
What? Did
no,
you?
no, Karen. I said Jane probably because of Jane Chatwith. You know, fucking The Magicians. Check it out. It's a
Oh,
great
great
show.
show.
Pay me, sci-fi.
You fuckers
Bye-bye.
are way behind me on that, though.
Another one, John Denver.
Finish
I
the
mean, are
whole
you
thing?
kidding me?
Oh, another plane, right? Yeah, John Denver
John
plane.
Denver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I know any John Denver?
Yes,
No,
you
you
do.
just know the
I'm
dumb and
leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Or Rocky Mountain High.
You know Rocky Mountain High.
Colorado.
It's the whole reason in Dumb and
or
Dumber when
West
he's,
Virginia.
They're on their-
Take me
I
home.
don't
Yeah,
think I know
yeah.
any of those
Country
songs.
that he's not going to know
roads.
you. If he didn't know after
You
the
don't-
first two, he doesn't know.
No?
It's the reason in Dumb
Oh.
and Dumber when they're heading to Colorado and he accidentally falls asleep and turns right and goes to Omaha. And he
Oh.
wakes up and he goes, he doesn't see the mountains, it's flat. And he goes, that John Denver's full of shit. Because he's talking about Rocky Mountain High.
Fuck. I probably do know. I just
Oh,
don't
if you
remember.
if you heard it, I mean, iconic. I mean, you got to know it. Anyways.
Who else was on your list?
'Cause
I know-
Yes, honorable mentions.
Yeah, yeah.
let's see.
Let's sneak in
Jim Morrison,
Oh
Yes.
my God, yeah.
Joey Ramone, Scott Weiland.
Oh, Scotty Weiland. Heroin, drugs again, heroin.
Yeah.
Fucking heroin of the drugs. Have you noticed? Have you noticed?
Knocked out some of the best.
I was gonna say, have you noticed of the drugs, the one that seems to take you out, it's the heroin addiction. I mean, has anybody on this list been a cokehead? Died from like a coke overdose? Not that I can think of. Smoking crack? No. PCP? LSD? Heroin? Ching 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 ching. Fucking hell.
Just sounds like the Puddle of Mud guy. He's all like, He's alive and well. No, I don't know that he does drugs.
Probably not.
I don't know if he does.
Probably
But
not.
I know I've seen him like in the thing recently, like the past
Probably
couple
not,
years.
and that's
He
why-
had
where
some
he's like-
alcohol issues.
Yeah,
because
some
it's-
alcohol. Yeah,
Got kicked off a couple of planes.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
he did
that
that
has
terrible,
nothing to do with
that terrible
about
cover.
a girl. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Has nothing to do with anything. Who else is on that list?
Dude, it's Donald Duck Dunn. No, it's Duck Dunn. Is it Donald?
I don't know
Duck
who
Dunn?
that is.
Remember the Blues Brothers, the guy that played the bass, but he also played on like Booker T and the MGs.
Okay, so I mean, like, was he one of? Man, there's this
He
awesome
was just, like-
documentary.
yeah, he's the guy that was like on all the songs.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, like, have you ever seen the documentary
a lot
about
of
like pretty much like all these dudes who were always the studio musicians for like all the Motown bands?
Yeah.
I just
But
got.
also James Jamerson too.
I just
Yeah.
had three massive
James
ones.
Jamerson. Oh my fucking
Dude,
god!
I just
dude.
had three massive honorable mentions that I
James
can't believe.
Jamerson.
In fact, the first one probably should have been in my top three. Chris Cornell.
Oh my god,
fuck.
dude, that was in my head. That was in my head.
Jesus.
I mean,
I know.
And
I feel robbed.
I'm going on record as saying I think that fucking guy was killed. I'm just saying it. And I think number 2 on the
Chester
list
Bennington?
was also killed. Chester Bennington. But number 3 popped into my head when you said the word documentary. And the name escapes me, and I feel like a dickhole for it. But the lead singer from Mother Love Bone.
Oh, Andy Wood.
Yeah. OD'd.
Yeah.
I mean, that allowed us to
Well,
have.
I mean, he was
that
one of the
allowed us to
biggest-
have Pearl Jam and what was the other band that came from that? Oh no, wait, that's exact. Green River broke up into
Oh, yeah,
Mother
Green
Love
River.
Bone and Pearl Jam. Right? Is that how it went?
I don't know. I forget. I mean, like, I feel like. I mean, Pearl Jam and Soundgarden. Well, they share the same drummer.
Yeah,
I don't think he was.
yeah, Matt Cameron came later to
Yeah,
Soundgarden.
yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He wasn't.
original.
He wasn't the drummer of Mother Love Bone, but yeah, I mean, they all had a
Came
connection.
later to Pearl
I mean,
Jam.
all like, I mean, just they had a community that just.
Now, how about?
Oh my god.
We haven't touched much on the punk world. Are punks mostly alive? Or are they too?
Well, okay, so
Stubborn to
honorable
die?
mentions: Sid Vicious.
Sid
you know?
Okay,
Vicious,
yeah.
Isn't Darby Crash or what was the name?
For who?
For the Germs. The singer. I don't know. If,
I'm not sure, but I'm trying to think of the vocalist for Joy
You know-
Division. He was important. He died at a young age.
Darby Crash, yeah, singer.
Okay.
Pat Smear, he
Yeah,
was
I
in
knew
there.
Pat
Oh yeah,
Smear
no,
was in
no,
the Germs,
no,
yeah.
right, yeah.
I didn't know the singer's name. In fact, Pat's the only one that I know.
I think he died of drugs.
Oh, there you go.
Was the
I think he
Germs
died
are-
of drugs.
It was another band with a name kind of like the Germs that fuck. What was the band that Flea was in? Oh, Fear. He was in Fear, wasn't he?
No, that's
Flea?
Leaving.
What?
Lee Ving is in Scream, I thought, or is it Fear?
That's Fear. I think.
Is it Fear?
I think
I
so.
love
I think so.
living in the
Hold on, let me
city.
check.
Dave Grohl was in Scream. I know that. Played drums in it.
What
yeah,
was,
no, you're right. Lee Ving's in Fear.
what was
Guarantee it.
Oh man, I just thought
What-
of another singer.
what like what,
Who'd you think of?
Fuck. Oh, it was when we were talking about fuck. Oh, Bon Scott.
Oh,
oh
AC Malcolm.
huge.
Malcolm.
so
Oh,
much better than
Malcolm, yeah.
Brian Johnson. Sorry.
But dude, the greatest rhythm guitar player
Again.
in history, Malcolm.
Again,
Cancer,
I mean,
right?
Again, is it Back in Black? That
Oh, yeah.
album. Or the
Unbelievable.
Back in Black or the Black album. If those
unbelievable.
two guys weren't there.
But
No,
probably never
exactly.
would've been
Oh
made.
my god, if it was still Bon
both,
Scott,
both
I mean,
Black albums.
that's my.
So,
I mean, that's.
But the music would have still been there because of the Young Brothers. The words
think
might have been.
so?
Oh yeah, the words would have been
it would've
different
been,
though.
It would have been way fucking.
But
weird.
I mean,
Words would have been
I mean,
different.
Bon Scott was such a.
But dude,
he was such a
dude,
badass.
Malcolm,
Holy shit.
Malcolm's the greatest rhythm player of all time. And what was it? Cancer, right? Malcolm was Cancer.
yeah,
pretty
Was
fucking
it
true.
dementia?
No, I think it was Cancer.
We
I
forgot.
thought he was getting dementia. or some shit.
Guys, we forgot another one of the biggest ones.
Who?
John Bonham.
Oh my God!
Oh,
You're a fucking drummer too.
John,
Yeah,
He's
but-
arguably the best
John-
drummer of all time.
arguably, yes.
I just think differently.
fucking damn
I just
it.
think about like musical sounds.
Which he has plenty of. You need to listen to more Zeppelin.
Dude.
That fucking
I'm sure
guy.
everybody's had their fucking Zeppelin phase already.
Did you have one?
Yeah, I listened to him for like.
Mine
a
came
minute.
late.
Oh, okay.
I
Like
mean, I remember
10 years
kids in
ago.
high school were like,
Mine was
we're-
basically like 8th grade and freshman year because I had a friend in the neighborhood that was obsessed
More
with
than
them.
10 years ago.
I didn't really get into Zeppelin until
Leaving,
like
that was the guy.
college. It was late for me.
Oh, that's real late, yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, Bonham the music was always there for me with Zeppelin. It was the singing I took a while for me to get behind.
Robert Plant.
It was just very, very falsetto, high pitched. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean he's got. Yeah,
it took me a while, but once I got it, I got it. It just that took a while. The music though ruled, absolutely ruled.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
There have to be some other big ones that we're forgetting right now.
I guarantee there is.
I mean, plenty, but yar.
Well, what else do we got?
Let's see if we can come up. Let's see if everyone can come up with one more, and if we can't do it in the next 5 seconds, then we say adios.
Okay.
So let me think for a second.
In terms of well, obviously at this point, honorable mentions.
Oh, okay. I've got one. I've got two. So if somebody doesn't, I've got two. One that really broke my fucking heart. Wayne Static.
Oh,
Wayne Static from Static X.
yeah, definitely too young.
Yeah, I mean his
all of
was
them.
he had years of drinking and drug abuse in his past, and then like he took not recreationally but prescribed medication. He was married to, and I mean they were so in fucking love. Tara Ray, who was a porn star, they were. I mean, and I don't give a fuck that she was a porn star. Like love is love, and they were inseparable. She was on tour with them all the time. Just in love with each other. I mean, I've never seen two people that like literally got each other as well as these two. And his back was bugging him or something, and she had oxycodone, and he asked if he could take a half of one because his back was bugging him and it was bedtime, and she said, yeah, no problem. And he took a half of an oxy, and when she woke up next to him, he was dead. And then literally like
Why? How did he die?
from like years of drug abuse previously, his body was weak, and when he took it, it was just enough to do it. And and then what sucked even worse, and broke my heart. I don't know how long after, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, she wrote a note and killed herself.
Oh fuck, dude.
Yeah, like this world's not worth living without you type deal.
That sucks.
And that fucking gutted me.
That's the
It
worst
still
kind of
guts me. I mean, I'm
sadness.
choking up even talking about it. But yeah, Wayne Static and Static X and Tara Ray, that gets me. And then the other one that I just had on the tip of my tongue was the singer from. It was another similar band like that.
Oh, the chick from the Muffs.
No, mine was the bass
singer,
player.
the
bass player from Slipknot, the original, the lefty.
Oh, Paul Gray.
Paul Gray.
Yeah.
They wrote the Gray Chapter. That one was another one where he had been battling drug addiction, and I don't know if he was clean at the time and then, succumbed to using that one time, or if he was still off the rails. I don't know that, but that one, another potentially avoidable. And that one hurt.
Yeah, that was the Muffs, Kim Shattuck. She died from cancer. 2019. Check them out if you've never checked them out before.
I got one that should have been in my top 3. And he died in a bar fight. Jaco Pastorius.
Is that how he died?
Arguably the greatest bass player.
Well, wasn't he schizophrenic or something like that?
Jaco.
No.
Jaco.
Or was he just drugged out of his mind at a time?
I think he was an alcoholic.
Because they were talking about how he was all over the place, and he was.
I thought it was drugs.
I was gonna say I thought it was drugs.
Maybe drugs, but I mean, like he was at a bar when he died, though.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I know he was an alcoholic.
But
too.
unbelievable bass player. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
bass
I
player.
would have to say,
name a better bass player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll wait. I mean, that's why he should have been in my top 3. I can't believe it just dawned on me now. But
all right,
this
so-
has been. I mean, like, while also sad.
I was gonna say, as sad as this is, this
a very
is
interesting conversation.
a remembrance, and these people still to this day inspire us. Every one of these people.
To those that used to rock, we salute you.
Yes. So on that note, let's leave on the positive. I'm Aaron,
I'm Alex.
He's Eddie.
and this is the Albus Podcast, episode 2. Thank you.